Stay calm and act as if I am your father.
You are in danger. Act like I'm your father. 8 words, quietly spoken. But they hit Isabella harder than the echoing cathedral bells. She froze, bouquet trembling, breath trapped in her chest, staring up at the rugged stranger gripping her arm. A patched biker vest, silver threaded through his beard, a gaze sharp enough to cut through lies. She didn't know him. Yet in his eyes, she saw something she hadn't seen in months. Warning. Protection. Truth. The wedding music kept playing, cheerful, blind, but her world had already shifted. Because in that instant, she realized something terrifying. This was not a ceremony. It was a trap. And this man, this stranger, was the only one trying to save her. But before we dive into what happens next, I'd love to know, where are you tuning in from today? Drop your country in the comment below and please like the video. Thank you. Now let's continue. The ancient cathedral doors closed behind Isabella Warren with a soft thud that echoed through the hall like thunder. Sunlight poured through stained glass windows, scattering colors across her wedding dress, but instead of joy, she felt a weight pressing on her chest. The cheerful instrumental music rising from the organ only made her panic feel louder, like her heart was shouting in her ears. Her bouquet trembled in her unsteady grip. She had dreamed of this. She had planned everything from the flowers to the veil. She was supposed to glide down the aisle with confidence, toward the man she believed she loved. Instead, each step felt like walking toward something she didn't understand. Her gaze lifted to the groom waiting at the altar. Benjamin Carter. Wealthy. Successful. His flawless smile used to comfort her. But today, something about it looked different. Too smooth. Too perfect. Too rehearsed. A cold whisper inside her urged, turn around. She tried to push the feeling away, forcing her body to move forward. Then a leather-gloved hand gripped her arm. Stranger. Tall, rugged, dressed in a patched biker vest with silver hair threading through his beard. He leaned close, his voice gritty and urgent. You are in danger. Act like I'm your father. Those 8 words shattered her world. The music didn't stop, but her mind did. The guests blurred. The flowers became meaningless. All she could hear was the stranger's warning. Her instinct screamed to pull away, but she couldn't move. She was frozen between shock and disbelief. She didn't know this man. His vest belonged to a motorcycle club called the Black Ravens, a group people whispered about in fear. His presence should have scared her. Didn't. There was something in his eyes. Not threat, but fierce protection. He stepped slightly in front of her, blocking Benjamin's view, guiding her subtly down the aisle. People gasped. Some stood in confusion. The bridesmaids exchanged wide-eyed glances. Isabella kept walking, not because she chose to, but because the stranger steadied her like an invisible lifeline. Act like I'm your father. The phrase played again and again in her mind. Her real father had died 5 years earlier, leaving behind a scar she hid behind politeness and achievement. No one ever replaced him. She walked through life missing a part of herself, but she never said it aloud. And now, somehow, next to this stranger, she felt a flicker of what she lost. When they reached the altar, she finally saw Benjamin clearly. Something in his smile snapped. He saw the biker. His jaw tightened. His eyes darkened. Irritation flashed, but quickly smoothed itself back into charm. That moment answered every unspoken doubt she had ignored. Red flags she buried surfaced. How he always insisted she abandon her closest friends, saying they weren't good enough for her. How he discouraged visits to her widowed mother, claiming she needed to focus on their future. How decisions they should make together somehow always became his decision alone. She chalked it up to intensity, passion, love. Now she saw it for what it was, control. The stranger leaned in again as if delivering a fatherly whisper. His voice was low, grim. He bragged last night at a bar. Said marrying you is the first step to caging you. Said you have money he needs. He said if you refuse him, he knows how to break you. Isabella's vision blurred. She had dismissed her unease until now. But hearing it from someone who owed her nothing forced the truth to the surface. The officiant began speaking, but it sounded like static. Isabella's knees buckled. Benjamin seized her arm hard. It wasn't loving, it was possession disguised as support. A collective gasp swept through the pews. Before she could react, the biker moved. Calm, not violent, and blocked Benjamin's hold. Benjamin snarled, voice cutting sharply. "Get out. This is my wedding." The stranger didn't move. His voice was steady. "Your wedding is over." Benjamin's mask cracked, revealing fury. The stranger stepped closer, shielding Isabella as though she was his own daughter. "You're not marrying her today," he whispered to her. "I'm not letting you walk into this cage." Benjamin lunged, trying to shove him back, but the cathedral doors swung open again. Men wearing black ravens' vests quietly advanced, controlled, poised, watching, but not disorderly. They weren't there to fight. They were there to hold the line. Someone called the police. Benjamin shouted accusations, but the truth unfolded too fast for him to cover. Investigators pulled up reports of debt, restraining orders, manipulation tactics. Things Isabella never knew. Her mother arrived breathless, tears streaming down her face as she rushed to hold Isabella. She clung to her daughter while thanking the stranger over and over, not because he was a biker, but because he saw what no one else did. His name was Dominic Hale. He spoke to Isabella privately afterward. He told her he used to be like Benjamin. Charming, controlling, destructive. His daughter ran away at 18. She never came home. He carried regret like chains. So he promised if he ever saw someone stepping toward the same pain his daughter endured, he would intervene, whether invited or not. His admission broke her heart in a way that healed her. The weeks following the ruined wedding were difficult. Isabella faced whispers, pity, gossip, shame, but she refused to collapse. She recovered slowly. She visited her mother often. She cut ties with people who only liked the idea of her. She returned to her art studio and painted for the first time in months, pouring loss and relief into color. And she began visiting Dominic. He often sat outside the Ravens clubhouse, polishing his motorcycle, the metal gleaming like armor. He greeted her with a nod at first, then a smile that softened over time. He told her stories, not glorifying his life, but confessing mistakes, regrets, pain, and efforts to be better. Isabella found comfort there, not in the place but in the understanding. Dominic did not make her feel weak. He made her feel seen. Months passed. Her life didn't return to what it was. It became something new. One quiet afternoon, Isabella walked into the clubhouse holding a small wrapped box. Dominic raised a brow as she handed it to him. Inside was a handcrafted bracelet made from silver, bearing a single engraved phrase. "Family we choose." Dominic's rough hands trembled, not from fear, but from emotion he never allowed himself to feel. For the first time in years, someone gave him grace. "Thank you," he rasped. "You protected me," Isabella replied. "You gave me back what I lost." That evening, she walked away from the clubhouse, the sky painted orange and gold. She paused, whispering a thank you, to her late father for guiding her instinct, and to the unexpected protector life sent when she needed him most. Isabella didn't walk away broken. She walked away reborn. She learned that heroes rarely look like fairy tales. They may arrive in leather jackets instead of capes. Their pasts may be messy, but their hearts fierce. She discovered strength she didn't know she had, learned to trust herself again, and understood that sometimes the family we need finds us when we are on the brink of losing ourselves. And she never ignored her inner voice again. Before you scroll away, stories like this remind us that life is unpredictable, that heroes can appear in unlikely places, and that pain can turn into purpose. If this story touched you, if you believe in second chances, quiet bravery, and the kind of love that doesn't have to be romantic to be real, then please support Echoes of Life Stories by subscribing. Your subscription isn't just a click. It helps more people hear stories that might give them strength, courage, hope, or healing right when they need it. So please, comment, and hit that subscribe button. Join our family, a community that believes that every life has value, every voice matters, and every story has the power to change a heart. Thank you for watching, for feeling, and for being part of Echoes of Life Stories. Where are you watching from? Drop it in the comments. We truly want to know.